PEMDAS. When you have the equation as 58 minus 16 divided by 4 times 2 plus 5, parentheses must come first. Regardless what is inside there, the parentheses must go first. So you've got 16 divided by 4. So I did 16 divided by 4. I have not touched anything else, so therefore everything else must come down. Okay? Now, I've got a subtraction, a multiplication, and an addition. Subtraction, multiplication, and a division. What is going to come first? My M, my A, or my S? My multiplication, addition, or subtraction. What's going to come first?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. So you're going to, I underline it so I can make myself realize what am I doing. So therefore, I am multiplying. What is 4 times 2, ladies and gentlemen?
8.
8. I'm going to bring everything else down. So now, I'm left with addition and subtraction. And remember my OR. First come, first solve. So what do I come first? 58 minus 8 is what?
50.
50. I bring down my plus 5.
And it's 55.
And my answer is 55. So for those friends that went ahead and solved and got 45, please understand why I'm asking you to stay with me. Okay, next one. All right, next operation, we're going to do this one is this right here. Okay, 2 times 3 times 5 plus 2. Another reason you guys have to understand what we're doing here, guys, is you're taking a problem that has multiple steps. Okay? So, I could say this problem, and so we talked about this yesterday, but that word problem that Daniel, when he played his video games, he had 30, he lost 6 tokens, he gained 8, then he got the double and he was done, and then he bought a 20 token item. Multiple steps in one problem. This is multiple steps in one problem. So for instance, I could even say for this problem that, again, I'm not going to write the dollar sign, I had 3 books that I borrowed for, or excuse me, that I bought for $2 each. So 3 times 2, right?
Yeah.
Or you know what? Let me do this, and this is probably a bit better. So, for every, let's see, kind of hard because this has got multiplication and multiplication. So I could say, for every book, I got 3 points reading. So I read 2 books a night, and I got 3 points for them. So 3 times 2 is 6. I did this for 5 nights times 5, and then I got an additional 2 points because I was able to get it done and whatever. I'm just saying. You see what I mean? I'm making multiple steps into one problem. All right, so again, looking at my PEMDAS, going up here, my PEMDAS, I do have a parentheses. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I do my parentheses first. It doesn't matter what's inside. I'm going to bring that down. That gets me 6. I'm going to bring what else I have left. I now have a multiplication and an addition. 6 times 5. So I'm either going to do 6 times 5 or 5 plus 2. What am I going to do first, Emerson? A multiplication or an addition?
Multiplication.
Multiplication, because that comes first versus an addition. So 6 times 5 is 30. Plus 2 is, ladies and gentlemen, 32. So my answer is 32. Couple things. Now, let's look at this. I could have this. I can have multiple operations inside of my parentheses. This is exactly what we talked about yesterday. Daniel played or had 3 tokens. He lost 3 tokens on a game, won 2 more, and it was, I don't know what times 8 would be, and his answer was when he passed or when he was finished, he got 8 times whatever he had for his remaining tokens. Okay? So again, I start with PEMDAS. Well, guess what? PEMDAS. PEMDAS, I have a subtraction and an addition. What did we talk about when I said my subtraction or addition? Well, not addition goes separate. It says or. First come, first solve. So this one is, I'm solving this one first. What's 3 minus 3? 0. Plus 2, still is in my parentheses because I haven't got to dissolve it yet. So 0 plus 2 is 2. Bringing down my times 8 because I've done nothing with it. Leaving me with one operation, and that's 2 times 8, and that is
16.
16. Okay, wait. All right, one more, and then we're going to go to our workbook. Because I want you to understand a couple of things before we start this. All right, here we go. This is a good one because I think this is important. This will help you tomorrow. Again, this is my PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. All right, what do I have first? Parentheses. And I have parentheses, right? What do you notice inside my parentheses, ladies and gentlemen?
There's addition and
I have 2 operations. So then I have to look back at my PEMDAS. What comes first? My addition or my division?
addition.
Division. So therefore I have to do this first. What's 90 divided by 9?
10.
10. I'm going to bring that. We're going to bring my plus 7 down. And I'm going to bring my 8 down. I still need to make sure this is in my parentheses because I have not been able to dissolve my parentheses because I still have. Okay? So now I do 7 plus 10 is what? 17. Plus 8 is what?
25.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get out your math workbook. Get out your math workbook. Turn to page 310. 310. 310. Turn to page 310. Thank you for quietly turning to 310. All right, so let's look at number 2. Number 2 at 310. This is going to give you a little bit of room today. On your gold pages, you will not be able to do, and you'll not have enough room. So my expectation is that you will be working in your notebook paper. Leave your math spiral out because you will have room. And I will say, please write in your math spiral on some of these answers. All right, so let's look at number 2. The problem is 10 plus 25 minus 10 divided by 5. Okay? So in this story problem, so to speak, in this story problem, I have 3 operations going on. Okay? So I have 3 operations in this problem. All right, here we go. So what am I going to do first? I'm going to write my PEMDAS up here. And please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. All right, here we go. All right. Here we go. So right here. So what's going to go first? Do I have a parenthesis?
Yes.
I sure do. So let's underline that. So therefore, my problem is what?
15.
25 minus 10 is what?
15.
15. I'm going to bring everything else down I have not used. Okay, so now, what 2 operations equations, Jason, do I still have remaining, sweetheart? Addition and division. So that is division and addition. What is going to go first? Delaney, what am I going to do first? Division or addition? Absolutely you do your division first. Ladies and gentlemen, what is 15 divided by 5?
3.
3, bringing down what's left. And I have the problem 10 plus 3 left. Therefore, what is my answer? 13. Please remember when you're whispering, the video can hear you. Number 3. Moving on, Pemdas. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So, do I have parentheses? Sure do. So I'm going to solve my parentheses first. What is 3 times 2?
6.
6. Bringing down everything else. Therefore, I'm now simplifying my equation. Ladies and gentlemen, all I have left is addition and subtraction. And what did we say about my addition and subtraction? What did we say?
Which was
First come, first
solved.
solve. Well, guess what came first? Subtraction today. So 9 minus 6 is what?
3.
3 plus 8
11.
is 11. Yes, question.
What if in your parentheses you have a, like, if it was like 90 divided by 7 and it had a remainder,
You're
what
not
would
going
you do?
to. What we're doing in 5th grade, you will not. That's a great question. So note to self, when you do these, if you have a division problem that you're going to have a remainder, you've done something wrong. Everything is going to be whole numbers these next couple of days. Great question. Everything you're working with is whole numbers, so if you come across a division problem and you can't do it, therefore you need to go back and start all over again. All right, real quickly, we need to move on to question number 4. Question number 4, it says HOT, which is higher level thinking. You're going to do this on your goal pages today, and it's telling you, write 12 plus 17 minus 3 times 2 with parentheses so that the value is 23. So this is going to need, and you're going to pull out your spiral. I know your Xander's like, oh my God. So pull out your spiral. Pull out your spiral, and we're going to work on this. And it's literally telling you what your story is or your equation is, and you're going to have to tell me where I'm going to put my parentheses. So the problem is 12 plus 17 minus 3 times 2, and it tells you the value is 23. So the question is, okay, the question is, where are we going to put these parentheses? Are we going to put these parentheses around, around 3?
No.
Hang on. Are we going to put these parentheses around 3 times 2 so they can be done first? Or are we going to put them around 17 minus 3?
No.
Or are we going to put these parentheses around 12 plus 17? Now, keeping in mind that your answer is decently in the same area of these, so you don't want to go too drastic. The biggest drastic operations are dividing. Dividing is significantly going to cut your numbers low. Multiplication is going to significantly increase your numbers exponentially. Okay? So remember when you're working on those kind of problems today, because again, you're going to have 4 or 5 problems like this today. So at this point, the nice thing is you can't go wrong. So unfortunately right now, until you really get the hang of this, this is almost going to be, dare I say, guess and check. Okay? So let's, for all intents and purposes, you know what? Let's just do this. Put my my parentheses around 17 minus 3. So if my parentheses are around 17 minus 3, that means I must solve 17 minus 3 first. Correct? What is 17 minus 3?
14.
14. I have to bring everything else down I have not touched. Mr. Glenn, what did you say?
It's not going to work.
Why is that, love? Why?
I'm putting it between.
Okay, but why is this not going to work? What is my next operation? What is my next operation on this, Ethan? What's my next operation? 14 times 2, because multiplication becomes before addition. Multiplication is before addition. So what's 14 times 2?
28.
28. And I still have to add more. Is that going to be right? No. So then what you do is I can, just because I've got the flexibility of going backwards, well, I thought I had the flexibility of going. Oh, it is. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, so now I'm going to go back, and now I'm going to think to myself, okay, that's not going to work, so where else should I put it? Madison, where do you think I should put this next?
12 plus 17.
You think 12 plus 17. All right? Let's solve that. In your notebook, in your spiral, 12 plus 17, there happens to be 2 on this one. So what is 12 plus 17, ladies and gentlemen?
19.
That's 9. That's 29. I'm bringing everything else down. I have not touched any other numbers other than my parentheses, because my parentheses go first. Okay, now please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. This is my oars, right? So I've got a multiplication and a subtraction. I've got a multiplication and a subtraction. Which one's going to go first? Multiplication. So I'm going to 3 times 2. What is 3 times 2?
6.
6. Bring 29 and my subtraction problem down. Ladies and gentlemen, is 29 minus 6 23?
Yes.
Yes. So in your problem and in your workbook, you would simply write this. Now, guess what?
There's a second answer.
There is a second one. So, 12 minus 17?
Minus 3 times 2 equals 23. Parentheses around 17 and 3.
Okay.
And
So, you can do it around this, which gets you 6. You bring this down. 12 plus 17 is 29. 29 minus 6 is also 23. So on this particular one, you could have done it that way. Just a second. Now, when you get into the ways that you're able to do this, Mr. Stoker says there is a third one, and there is a third one. He is putting multiple steps within a parentheses. Is that okay?
Yes.
Absolutely. We've done problems where we've got multiple steps before you can do a third or fourth step. Okay? So now let's look at this. My parentheses still goes first. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Well, so I have 2 operations inside of my parentheses. You now have to go back and look at my rules. The rule is what comes next? Multiplication or subtraction?
multiplication.
So 3 times 2 is 6. Bringing this, 17 minus 6 is 11. Bringing this down.
23.
Oh. So you can have 2 operations. You can have 3 operations for that matter in a parentheses. It's all about how you group. Because, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop and show you this.
Wait, how'd you get the 3?
Hang on. What was it again?
Minus 3 times 2
17 minus
equals 23.
Okay, so I'm going to show you something. If you were to not do this, and I didn't tell you the value is 23, this is what the real operation would have been. It would have been 23, which kind of works out in your favor because you really didn't need the parentheses. Sometimes you don't need the parentheses. But there are some problems. If you don't have parentheses, you get completely different answers. Okay? So what I want you to do is you're going to do this.